This is Karsa, KKWX. Karsa's my name, KKWX is my empire. Here today with my friends from Nexus Roundtable, and we are going to be playing a little bit of Waystone Mysteries. Let's get to it. Last week you did have a little bit of downtime, then you ended up going with Nathaniel and Vinny, and supposedly KK, to check out the Wampanoag tribe, which was behind Nathaniel's place of residence at the time. You find out that they really don't know what you were talking about at first. They had an idea of what you were looking at, or they had some stories and legends that they knew about, but they personally did not know. At the same time, there was a missionary there who was trying to, well, give them some outdated food. It wasn't spoiled yet, but it was definitely outdated. To the people, and they were not having any of it. You met the shaman, Mesozoit, and you also met his son, who his name is Eben. But you didn't know his name, Eben, because you were never told it. Anyway, so they helped. They were willing to talk to you. They were willing to be understanding, and they were listening to find out what were you talking about. And then you brought up a fact that you think that there was this cat, and you had some legends that you thought they were, and they told you them. Then they said, well, or if one of you said, well, could somebody know about this now? Could it be helping someone? And they said that one of the children could possibly be able to see it more than anyone else there, because children often can see things we do not. Then from there on, you basically told the mother, Eagle Song, and the child, Springs in the Wind, to talk to you about such event that is happening, because they were getting gifts. The only one who truly knew what was happening, or knew of the creature, was Springs in the Wind, who was about 6 years old. And they put flour on the cat for you all to see it. And everybody lost their shit.
Did I?
We did roll that you did run away.
Hey.
You did back up pretty far. Because it is huge. It's the size of a regular tiger. A large tiger. And yet it did not attack anyone in the room. It listened to L as he was kind of interrogating it, and answered some of the questions, and you find out the name of in the legend that was Cedric, the name of the cat is Cedric. So Now, you guys are heading back with the information known. Elle was going to talk to the mafia guy who was in charge of the logging to see if he could stop them from going there. Because the cat is willing, for now, to not attack anything. For now. And that is where you're at. Now, Nav is going to be taking care of the mafia part. So, anyone outside of the mafia situation would like to take over the conversation while we're waiting for Nav.
Hell, I was thinking. Would you like me to accompany you when talking to Mr. Scroll, if I can find his name again.
Salvador Ricci.
Thank you, Mr. Ricci.
I don't.
Or do you think my presence there would do more harm than good?
As long as you don't play up being a member of the law, you should be alright. Which reminds me, if and when we do get a meeting with them, you should probably leave your badge in your car. But beyond that, I don't. What you guys choose to do is on you. Actually, Vinny, I do have a question for you.
Aye.
When we were looking into the deceased musician, you and I ended up separating. I went to Mr. Blue's apartment, and you went to talk to a contact. I believe you mentioned may be connected to the family.
There is members of them, yeah. One of those like a small time guy, but yeah.
Well, we gotta start somewhere. Can't exactly walk up to Salvatore Ricci's front door, knock on it, get an invitation.
Oh, that's the other thing. You do know of a injured logger who, not quite inside of the mafia, but knows of a cousin who's inside the mafia.
Right,
Yeah.
so it gives like sort of like a second pathway, like.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, if nothing else, we can just drag this dude with us and be like, well, hey, that name you know, what is it?
Maroney. An old friend of mine, his name is Salvatore. Salvatore Maroney.
Yeah, it seems to be a pretty popular name in the city.
Aye.
Goes to look at the teacher. Yeah, you don't know anything about the mafia. Doesn't even defend himself. Nice. Well, I suppose.
I just think it's a bad idea for me to get involved with the mafia at all.
I mean, you kind of already are. Looks at dude, looking at all of us. I mean,
Outside of the current situation.
I'm not forcing anybody to go talk to Salvatore Ricci. I understand.
Well, let's face it, the guy who tends to say the weird.
Look, I only ask because it's your plan.
Again, I'm not forcing you. If you want to be there, you can be there. I don't think it's going to change much either way unless you walk in flashing your badge and trying to throw your law enforcement weight around.
See, my question is, where are you guys at? Like, are you guys at the
Nope. We're still at the
reservation?
Yep.
Okay.
We're waiting for one of the voices to return so that we can go and talk to the.
I mean, yeah, I guess we could head back to the archives, at least drop off. Flint.
Actually, that's a good point. I've got some questions for. Who was our contact at the archives? It's been a while since we've been back there.
I mean, there's Hayden, Ashley, Jack the bartender. Those are the only 3 names so far.
We'll check with Hayden.
Just
Or Ashley, it doesn't really matter, but just
Well, if you wait for Hayden, it's gonna be a while. If you go to Ashley, she's there.
we'll check with Ashley then.
it's just Cain and Hayden playing chess. Hayden obviously winning, and Cain just getting visibly even more and more irritated with the game.
Ashley,
Are you heading back? Or are you already there? Okay. Alright, Ashley's there. Looks a little bit teary-eyed. And then drops... Oh, excuse me, I had something in my eye. Yes.
everything okay, Ashley?
Not, I don't know if I want to say it to you right now. What's going on?
Fair enough. We each have our own cross to bear. But, wanted to ask you, within the annals of the, shall we say, abnatural members of Boston's community, is Salvatore Ricci involved with any sort of abnatural things we should be aware of?
That would be somebody you should talk to about with Hayden.
Well, Hayden isn't here right now, and we don't have a huge amount of time. Have you heard anything?
There's rumors.
Such as?
There's rumors that he couldn't... He's very superstitious, let's put it that way.
Alright. Make a note of that.
Anything else I can help you with? She's kind of a little bit short with you right now. And you don't... You're not sure why? But she's having... She's having a bad day.
That
Bad
happens
day.
to the best of us.
Yeah,
Changes, or if you need our help with anything, you know when to reach out.
of course. Is Vinny with you?
Nah, we just left him on the side of the road. He can walk back.
Are you asking me? Are you asking us, or are you asking Vinny?
I'm asking, is Vinny in the room? Actually, this is out of character. Is Vinny in the room?
Sure.
Vinny, can you hold on for a minute? Might have a job for you.
Beg pardon?
I might have a job for you.
Oh, I see how it is.
All right.
Anyway. I believe Hayden's back. If you want to go back and talk to him. Maybe he
he's
can
back.
tell... Yeah, maybe he can tell you more about Salvador.
You know,
I
I
think
thought
you
we'd
mean
be waiting for a while for him.
I think you mean he's finished whipping Cain's ass.
Or
Wait, what?
Cain is with... They were playing chess together, and Cain says he was whipping your ass.
I don't know. Cain's lost like 3 games in a row. 2 of which since we've been in here.
Look, he knows how to bonk.
So while Hayden is collecting and you guys are heading over there, it's like, Vinny, I have a job for you. And it's not monster related.
Okay, how can I help you?
How much
I
are
was
your
just like,
services?
"Ah, I see where this is going.
Ooh, we see where this is going.
Can you be more specific, please?
How much are your detective services?
Well, that depends. Usually I have a flat rate depending on the job. So much a night and so much per day, along with various expenses necessary. Where are you going with this?
I think my husband's cheating on me.
And you're looking to find out if that is the case, and if so, to whom with which he is carrying on said affair?
Yeah.
Actually, because I'll step in. Do you have a picture of him?
Yes.
Have I seen this man at Club?
I thought you wanted to talk to Vinny.
Well, he stepped back in.
I never left the room.
He never left the room. Yeah, I have a picture of him.
I see it.
Sure. She pulls out her locket and shows you a picture of him.
Do I recognize this man from Club Deceit?
I'm not
Have
gonna
I
make.
ever seen him there?
I'm gonna roll, but it's not gonna be a roll that really matters much. Okay. Just so I can see if he would even be there. Okay.
Okay.
Oh yeah, you've seen him.
Well, take a little bit of time and money.
Mhm.
I've seen him at a club of mine where, let's say, less than. Well, no, there's no point in putting it nicely. It's a sex club.
Hmm.
Now, I don't know what he gets up to there, but look at Vinny. At least give you a place to start.
Aye, that it does. Thank you. Thank you, Al.
Yep.
How about let me do a little bit of research first? We'll take this and we'll go from there, and then we can talk about price afterward.
Sounds good. Anyway, thanks.
What kind of a timeline are you looking to find us out? Like as soon as possible, or do you?
Take your time, but I can give you like 200 to start.
How about we started with that, and we'll count that in as well as the expenses.
Okay, we'll do that.
Okay.
I think he's cheating on me. There's rumors around the area.
Francis will put up a figure to say something and then just put it back down again.
You're doing the meme. Actually, no.
Well, to lend credence to your thought, you don't exactly hang out at Club Deceit for quiet drink alone. The alone part's the bigger part.
Yeah, I figured. Well, anyway, that's all. I think Hayden's waiting for you. Or I think Hayden's here. He's available right now. And
there
she
goes
goes
game
back.
number 4.
She goes back to her stuff. I'm just gonna stay involved with my work.
Well,
It's not a-
Nathaniel wasn't there for any of that because he left the room when asked
Mm-hmm.
and would have sought out Hayden.
She never asked everybody else to leave the room. She has Vinny to stay behind.
Mm-hmm. That's
There's
right.
an implicit request for everyone else to leave.
Anyway,
Besides which main point is he now here to talk to?
What were we going with? That Hayden and Cain are busy
Playing-
with Hayden absolutely destroying Cain at chess.
yes.
I'm
Or
back.
vice versa. Who knows?
Did Cain throw the game, literally?
I mean, he flipped the table.
He flipped
That
the
would
table.
be throwing the game, literally.
After like the third or about after the fourth loss, Kane's like, "Fuck this game."
I didn't realize you knew motherfucker in Old Germanic.
Francis will look at you, say that, be like, "What?"
It's just Cain just after a minute, Cain just like picks the table back up, puts it back in place, and starts picking up the game and everything, just muttering to himself like "fucking god, shit, fucking game."
Yeah, you just see Hayden sitting there with like the cane between the knees, sort of resting his hands on it, just completely unruffled by the fact the table's now sideways. Oh, I did say I was really good at the game.
It's bullshit.
No,
What
it's
it
just
is.
different. It's just different versions of thinking.
Hayden,
Yes.
are you familiar with a certain individual, Salvatore Ricci?
Hmm. Yes. What's your interest in him?
We may be coming into some degree of contact with him soon, and I was wondering, is he in the know, so to speak, about the existence of the abnatural?
Hmm. That's a shall we say a yes with an asterisk.
Might I inquire as to what the asterisk cites?
He knows, and he actually like he does the air quotes. He knows, and he's aware of certain things. There are rumors of various backroom deals and such involving things that he gestures to Cain. Those in the business would be selling. You know, there is a what's the term? A black market, essentially, for certain goods. He's involved with some level of that. How far his involvement goes, we're not really sure. But he is definitely on a number of radars. And, like, funnily enough, he now states something that you guys would technically know prior, but he, like, definitely confirms this. Ricci and his business dealings are definitely outside of legal jurisdiction.
No, I must say, Hayden, you impress me. Early tests on Rita are being done right now, but it's supposed to be top secret.
Well, what can I say?
But interesting to know that he
Yeah,
is somewhat, you know.
Yeah, because like you would know that essentially like Boston police do not go to locations that he is in charge with. Like basically most of them, the giant file that the bureau has essentially is all observational stuff. There's very little actual we went and spoke to people, or you know, he was doing this criminal action and we arrested him and this is what an interview got called, you know, this is interview stuff. Like the most of an interview you would get is walked into interview, sat down, started recording stuff, immediately got a phone call and told to let this guy go. It's that kind of gist. So essentially he seems from your point of view to be in a position where a lot of people consider him untouchable. Whether he is, or if that's just that, you know, he provides some kind of service that you're not aware of, you're not really sure. but that's the kind of vibe you get, and that's essentially what Hayden confirms there. A lot of the people who would be interested in taking him down aren't, for a reason.
Less interested in that aspect, because everything we're talking about is going on here is extra legal in some capacity. It is concerning that he's at least familiar to an extent with the supernatural. Abnatural.
Yeah. Hayden just kind of leans on the table as Cain writes it and starts setting things out again because he's a nice boy. As I say, I don't know his full involvement. I don't know if he really understands the type of things that people in the trade are trading. I'm aware that several people involved with him have approached Kara a few times with business trades. She's turned them down every time. She's not interested in that level of the industry. But suffice to say, there are things that you would not trade with that people he's involved with do. As I say, whether he knows the full ramifications of it, we're not entirely sure. He has to know something. And he just kind of gives you that gesture of the, we would like to know more, but we can't.
Damp arachnids, keeping you from knowing more.
Yeah. Desire to know more intensifying.
Re.
All right. Well, thanks for the heads up. Keep that in mind.
If you're planning to head out to his warehouse, I would highly suggest you do so quietly. He does have a lot of people. So some of them may assume you're there in a legal capacity and decide to let their guns do the talking. So I would not suggest violence as an initial conversation opener.
Violence isn't a conversation opener, it's a conversation closer.
It just kind of looks at you with that look that's like, I wish something would fall on you right now because you know exactly what I mean. And I just kind of waves the hand.
I mean,
No,
he's
that
not
wasn't
wrong.
even being pedantic. Like, it's a statement. He's quite correct. Like,
Look, violence is never the answer, it's the question, and the answer is yes.
Francis looks at him, and this is why I am not going with you guys.
Why? Because you'd initiate violence?
No, because I don't want to be on the receiving end of violence.
I look at Cain. So you want to stay here?
Fine, I'm going with you. At least I can tell you whether or not the guy's lying if he decides to promise anything.
When you do tower service, you're never getting the whole truth. So
Oh, I'm aware.
I just assume I'm getting
I'm
there's
just the
some type of
backup plan.
obfuscation happening. No, you're not the backup plan.
Aw.
I don't think you realize how outgunned we would be.
Yeah, I know.
I kind of suspect you're selling yourself short here, El.
I can't take 10 people firing Tommy guns at me.
Yeah, Hayden just kind of like, at least.
I mean,
was
yeah,
lowballing
that's...
Yeah,
I
well,
mean, that's fair.
Yeah, that's what he's implying. Is like there'd probably be at least 10.
I just meant in the room we were in.
Yeah.
I mean, that's fair.
But anyway, we got to work our way up the corporate ladder, as it were, to get to him.
I mean,
No.
hey! It's not violence. It is not violence. I promise.
Kicking open the front door isn't a good idea either.
That's not it here, okay?
Okay, alright.
Keep kicking in the back door.
That was Plan C.
What's Plan Z?
I don't know. What are we breaking as part of Plan A?
Can I break Francis's hand?
No.
Oh, okay. So then there is part of Plan A.
Yeah, Hayden kind of looks between
Okay,
the two. of you
fine.
and kinda
Scratch plan
confused.
A.
How is breaking Mr. Lake's hand going to help you?
Oh god,
Yeah,
you have to
this
see
makes
that
me feel
too before
better.
me.
And then he kind of looks. He just starts looking at the chess table, like, I'm really not surprised as to why I clearly kicked your ass multiple times.
Yep.
It just makes me feel better. Yeah, no. Plan B is I still have some monster stuff I can always just scrounge up and try to get a in meeting person with him.
Alright, well, good news is we're a step ahead of you, and we have somebody connected, well, tangentially connected to the family to give us a foot in the door.
Well, damn it. Yeah, that's fair.
This is one of those things where once you start a business, you don't get to stop.
Fair?
I'm not telling you not to, I'm just telling you what to be expecting. So, I guess we head back up to the bar where we left the logger with a logger.
Heh.
Wait. Fuck it.
Yes.
I need moonshine.
Okay.
Just Cain's brain just like backfired for a minute. Just, what?
A beer?
Oh. Ew. Why wouldn't anyone drink this shit?
Because he still has injuries, and drinking a lot of alcohol for you have multiple injuries is bad because you will continue to bleed.
Fair.
Anyway. Oh, let's go talk to this logger. I don't think we ever got a name out of him. I'm gonna call him Dennis for now.
Heh. He's Dennis. Dennis the logger.
Yep. Alright,
Dennis Logger the Logger.
time for you to hold up your end of the deal. How do we get in contact with your cousin?
Gosh.
Yeah, so
All
so you
right.
guys left him in the bar, yeah?
Yep.
All right, yeah. When you come up, he's sitting having a chat with Jack about this random sports team stuff, and then looks over, like, oh great, they're back. You wanna meet with them? Okay. Right. Actually, real quick, what was established with this guy? He's reached his cousin, yeah.
No. He's like cousins to a made man.
Oh, right, that was it. Yeah. Yeah. He's okay. Yeah. Right. The guy you want. Yeah. Okay. It's easier if I just take you to him.
Oh, that was never that was out of the question. You were coming with no matter what. I'm not going to a face-to-face meeting without you.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. But yeah, that's fine. Yeah. So yeah, he finishes his drink and. All right, we got a car.
I do. You better not bleed all over it.
Okay. He like kind of checks a couple of the bandages from the wounds. Should be fine.
Yeah, he's been actually taken care of. They used a lot of herbs on him. And those have pretty much dried like a paste. So He should.
Okay, yeah. See when he checks one of his bandages, there's an audible cracking. He's like, "Oh, that might not be good."
Yeah.
And then just spends the rest of the time holding that forearm. Like, I don't want to bleed over this strangely attractive short person's card who might kill me.
So, but his wounds would be probably well on the mend.
Plus the
So yeah.
2 harm he got healed off
Mm-hmm.
by me.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah. So I'm assuming you like basically lead this guy out to the cars.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Yeah. He'll get in whichever car and he'll give you the address and then directions if need be, to a warehouse in the Boston docks.
All right. So depending on how many people are coming with, we're gonna need a second car.
I mean, Cain's going with y'all. There will be no violence, I promise.
Okay. So whose second car are we taking?
The paddy wagon's a tad inconspicuous, as in it literally has that as one of its listed traits.
I'm going motorcycle, so.
But
I'll take
I mean,
mine
you know what?
Yeah.
There's enough. So I mean, are you guys
Yeah.
doing anything on the way there,
Not particularly.
or just heading there?
It is a very uncomfortable silence in L's car with that guy.
That's fair.
I'll be
enough, yeah.
filling him in
That is-
on everything I have learned about apples.
Fair enough.
All right, so you're sitting at the back of a Mercedes with an injured logger, who's just sitting there giving meaningful looks to L, like, "Please kill me now."
I love it.
Shoot me. There's
L is
nothing
ignoring
right.
this. This is good information for you because when you're out of a job being a logger, you probably go be a worker at an apple orchard and do fairly well now.
And he's just like, "Yeah, that actually looks something like that."
He goes on to make a nice giant super apple.
You realize that you can ferment apples and make a nice, strong cider out of it, right?
But you need space and other stuff. It's not just apple, whack it, booze. Unfortunately, it's not that easy.
I'm aware of that, but apparently you just don't want to take the effort. Got it. All right, hey, tell what you learned about
Hey,
Honeycrisp apples.
He's like, no.
As it turns out,
La. I'm not listening. he starts clawing at the back window, like, "Please, let me out."
oh wow, psychological torture here.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'll put the top down if he wants to jump out, but we're going like 60.
Oh man, that's amazing.
With Francis's jalopy following behind.
All right,
Yeah.
so
Oh, man.
we pull up to whatever
Yeah, so
address
you
this guy
did
gives
that.
us.
Yeah, you pull up outside what looks to be just like a generic warehouse. It's one of those ones that it probably was like primarily like fish and stuff coming in from boats, but now it looks like it's being transferred over into like general goods. So there's like a ton of crates. There's a whole pile of trucks lined up in places. People walking out, like carrying crates, lifting them up with trolleys with like big fuck off crates and everything. Like, clearly this warehouse is actually working as a warehouse. Although, as you guys are pulling up and stepping out, you do end up noticing there's a lot of people in trench coats standing around, or not exactly trench coats, but the gangster, the clearly blatantly gangster with a Tommy gun underneath it, overcoats. It looks like you just walked onto the set of Peaky Blinders, basically. And
Forgive me, but what is
eventually,
what is Peaky Blinders?
it's a mafia-themed TV show.
Okay.
So yeah, I haven't watched it, so that's the best you get.
I also think it's set in England. But
Yeah, but I mean, it's
Fair
very
enough.
similar. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's very kind of similar. It's that sort of setup. So yeah, after like pulling up, parking, getting out of the cars, like eventually one of the guys does sort of head over. He's like 6 foot, built like a brick shit house, and an overcoat with a hat on, just kind of like, what are you doing here?
I show him the injured man. So apparently one of this man's cousins is around here or works here. Or what exactly did you say his job was or why he's here? Then I'll push him forward.
Yeah, he kind of like sheepishly looks up and he's like, is Mickey here? The guy's like, Mickey, and then there's a couple minutes of like not.
I need
exactly
a last name.
Yeah, I'm not giving you one. There's like maybe 30 seconds of like various grunts and him trying to explain until the guy gets on. All right, that's who you're after. Right. Stay. And he's clearly talking to this guy. Stay here. As the guy then heads off into one of the doorways into the warehouse. You hear a couple.
Oh no, your own
couple
cousin's
calls.
last name.
I can't be bothered thinking up a last name. It'd be like O'Donnell or something, and then I'll get shouted at for all the O names from Ireland. Anyway, so yeah, a couple minutes goes by, then the guy's cousin comes out, Michael. He comes out and he's like, "What the fuck are you doing here? And who the fuck are these people?" Just
Okay.
kind of pointing around the assembled group.
I got a name for you.
Okay.
There you go.
Can we hear it? Okay.
Mickey Falatine.
Valentine.
Falatine.
Okay, fine, yeah. So yes, Mickey Valentine comes out and he's like, "Who the fuck are these people?"
Well, we're the ones that made sure your cousin wasn't a dead man.
Why the fuck would he be a dead man?
Because he got injured on his logging job in the woods. As I point to the many injuries.
Yeah, he kind of looks at him like, "What the fuck?" Kind of like just gesturing a hand up and down this guy, like, "What the hell? What the hell is this all about?"
Well, see, that's the thing. We need to work our way up the line and get a meeting with Salvatore Ricci to discuss that. Yeah, I figured that was going to be your...
You think this asshole is going to get you there?
No, you. Why we're here.
Me?
Well, you're a start.
Why would
You're a
I
stepping
have
stone.
any reason?
Because you know somebody above you, they know somebody above you, and eventually we'll step our way up to there.
Why would I have any reason to send you up the chain, as it were?
Well, unless you hate your cousin. Figured having him return to you, because I'm sure he's been missing for the past couple days, would at least garner some goodwill.
I mean, it's getting you the goodwill that I'm not currently having David here blow you in half. And he like thumbs to the bigger guy. Like the funny thing is, when you look at this guy, it's a little and large kind of comparison. The guy kind of looks similar to the big shit house, just smaller. It's like literally someone like scaled him down.
It's the standard fat guy, skinny guy villain duo.
Yeah, kind of.
I'll wave at him.
Mr.
So,
Crew,
yeah,
Mr.
you-
Benvar.
Yeah, you've got that goodwill, but
Also, if I remember correctly, it seems that the logging operation isn't going the way it's supposed to. And your boss seems to be losing some money on it and is going to continue to. I know the reason. And I prefer that reason go away.
that's a good reason. Well, unfortunately, he's not here right now.
Didn't
But
expect him to be. It is midnight as it is.
But tell you what, you got a plan to deal with the holdup.
I have an idea, but it does require Salvatore Ricci's sign off.
Smart, yeah. All right. Well, I'll tell you what. You come back in the morning, and I could pass on the message. He might want to see you. He might tell you to fuck off. I don't know.
Just tell him that L is the one bringing
All
us
right.
to
Yeah,
him.
the minute you say that, you immediately see like an eyebrow raise. Okay.
So, morning. Got it. Well, slap Dennis on a obvious wound and be like, "You're free."
Ah. Yeah, he kind of goes over, and there's immediately that thing of like the Mickey just sort of like pushes him off to the side a little bit, like not exactly shoving him away, but like to away from the immediate thing. And then
Yeah,
as
it's
soon as you are any of you guys saying anything else, or are you just kind of like gonna pop in and head away?
Nah, Francis knows when he's in deep. There's something else I was going to say here. Oh well.
Do I recognize anyone else sort of loitering around here by reputation or dossier?
Probably a few of them.
Or by undercover.
There's probably like 5 or 6 people you could, if pushed, potentially put a name to within the files. But it's still that thing of a lot of the time, like a lot of it's don't go looking for trouble, kind of just the the information you're aware of. Most of them are not like heavy duty. We want these guys for like really bad crimes. Most of them are kind of middling. Like in a way, you're possibly a little bit disappointed with the class of criminal that you're able to recognize around the place.
Well,
other than Mickey, yeah, other than Mickey, like most of them seem very sort of low end. They're basically just the hired muscle. They're not particularly worthwhile.
That's fair. That's fair. It's midnight. Like,
Yep.
nobody important is taking this this shift.
Yeah. Most of these guys are soldiers at best.
Yeah, exactly. And also because they're not seeing Mickey being like violent towards you guys, most of them are just like, it's above my pay grade. I'm just going to keep watching the road, kind of thing.
Yup.
I'm just going to keep walking between these 2 points. As long as nothing happens, I go home.
Because if I say the wrong thing, then my home goes up in flames.
Yeah, pretty much. Like, and if no one's rowing, no one's rocking the boat.
Yeah, I got.
So yeah, I assume everyone's heading out then, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, anyway, this can wait till we get to the archives. It's cool.
The last sort of thing is that as you guys pile back in your vehicles and start just casually making your way out, you do see Mickey immediately turn to his cousin and start giving him some serious fucking mouthing off. Clearly, he's not fucking happy with the cousin.
I mean, would you be if you're sitting there at your third shift job that you're probably only there like 2 days a week, and your cousin shows up with a bunch of people, and now you got to talk to your boss, talk to their boss, to talk to their boss.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, just out of curiosity, this is on the ride back because we don't have Dennis here with us anymore. What exactly is your plan once we talk to Mr. Ritchie?
Well, seeing I'm gonna play on the rumors that he kind of already knows what's going on, which we kind of got confirmed by Hayden. Well, confirmed, unconfirmed, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And convince him that continuing the logging job is just going to cost him more money in the long run. I'm going to attack his bottom line.
I mean, it's true, isn't it? If he keeps
I
throwing
thought
minutes,
this guy
probably
was
should...
vindictive.
He might be, but I don't know if, like I said, I'm going to attempt this. As long as I could make it seem that he will just lose too much money to make his vindictive nature. Basically, I'm going to try to convince him that being angry about this is just going to cost him more in the long run, or more than he wants to pay in the long run.
All right. Do you have an alternative suggestion for him to make money then?
Not yet, which
Because-
is why I'm heading back to the archives and I'm going to pull out some maps and see if I can give him a different location to log from that doesn't impact the reservation.
Good idea.
Well, what's your plan B if that fails?
I already look at Nathaniel. You want to fill him in?
Yeah, plan B is that he gets eaten by an invisible tiger monster.
I don't like Plan B. I'm going to try to do everything I can to not get to Plan B.
Can Plan
I mean,
F be
that's
the
Sal's
swamp
opinion.
monster?
As far as I'm concerned, plan B is freaking awesome. But
I mean, I agree with Nathaniel on this one, but
I mean, we could
Can-
always just bring a sample of the swamp monster as a pot plant for him.
Here's the thing. Look at Cain. You just lost like 4 games of chess.
I mean,
You-
yeah.
Yeah, your plans, I don't really count because they don't think long term.
I
Rude.
forget, did we talk to the Wampanoag about Ricci? Like what their opinions are?
No, you did not.
That
Because
could be
we-
an angle.
But you
Like,
did
depending
warn
on
them
whether-
not to do anything at this time.
I understand that, but my point to that is that again, we should not assume how they would like this to be handled. It's possible that they might like to make their own deal with Mr. Ricci.
I mean, that's fair, I guess.
One hand washes the other, so they say. It's possible they could make a lot of money off of each other. But that depends on whether or not they'd be willing to even entertain the idea, which we don't know.
I love the idea of like Kane's actually riding back with Elle this time because like Kane is not sitting in the same car with Francis again.
Breakout team
So-
of Francis and Vinny.
Yeah. So the funny thing about Meatloaf,
Yeah, we should have put Dennis in the meatloaf car.
Okay.
Nathaniel, you have a good
it's-
point, but at
First
minimum,
time
we-
in a while, I feel as if no one is watching me.
I just have Cain look at him.
Damn it. Alright, what do you want to know?
They say you make a good point, but I still think we need to get him to at least stop the logging long enough to talk with them.
True, we are running on a tight schedule here.
Yes.
Honestly, like, again, I think I'll be fair. I don't know a huge amount about logging, but I imagine they like to start very early in the morning.
I can cause some mayhem if you want.
No, that's not going to fix anything because then it's just going to make you. Well, I suppose that would solve the issue of they wouldn't be targeting the Native Americans anymore. They'd just be coming after you.
I mean, if they have machines over there, I can always target the machines. They won't know, especially in the middle of the night, unless they
It
have
might
people
be
there.
a bit too much of a coincidence to ignore, though. On the other hand, it might lend some credence to the idea that trying to pursue this logging route would just be more trouble than it's worth.
I mean,
I'm of
it
two
is,
minds
isn't
about
it?
this. If only there were voices.
Do you often hear voices in your head?
All the time, don't you?
No.
Huh. Look at this weirdo, turnstile. He doesn't have voices in his head.
Yes. There is exactly one weirdo in this car.
I'm back. I'm right here, guys.
No, you're with Francis. That's two weirdos. That's two weirdos in one car.
True.
I just picture Vinny is going off on one, talking about all of the weird conspiracies in regards to the Alamo.
The next
Do
year,
you know do you know the Alamo wasn't actually in Texas when it was fought? It was actually in Delaware, and then they moved it brick by brick after it was done.
Oh my god, stop!
For those who are not going to be hearing the outtakes, I do not know where the Alamo was.
And I lost my shit when I heard that.
Yes, we actually did have like a solid 45-minute thing over the fact that
Magica,
Magica
how could you forget
genuinely
the Alamo?
stated.
You're supposed to remember it.
Well, he
taught
genuinely
it!
stated his belief was that the Alamo was in Delaware.
Maybe the Alamo Draft House. Actually, that would be hilarious if that's where the chain started.
I mean, I got it right by just saying it was in Texas, as far as I was aware.
Or if it was Texas or New Mexico. I'm pretty sure it's Texas.
Well, I think that was actually why the war was being fought, whether it would be Texas or Mexico.
Fair enough.
All I know is it's desert.
That's fair. It could be in what's now today known as New Mexico, but at the time was Texas. Fair. I don't know exactly where it's at, but anyway, moving on. Alright.
All I know about the Alamo is that Pee Wee Herman will visit it in like 70 years.
Who the? True.
I've apparently never seen enough Pee Wee Herman.
The stars at night
The,
are big and bright.
It was
Deep in the heart of Texas.
Okay, if you're ready, Nav, we can continue.
Ah, the voices return.
yeah. Where are we headed for this?
For right now, right now the archives.
Yeah, well, basically, is there anything else tonight that people are intending on doing?
Yep.
All right. Where are you off to? Back to the archives, yeah?
Yep.
Okay.
Well, Francis, I'm gonna need your brain. You're pulling it all-nighter with me.
Aw.
You were gonna stay up anyway. I don't want to hear it.
Yeah, that didn't mean I wanted to stay up all night here.
Oh, too bad.
Where, hold on. Kane's gonna look at him. Kane's gonna look at Francis. And where the fuck do you go anyways?
How
You really want the answer to that question?
No, I don't want the answer to that question because you're bored. Because he's boring as shit.
Only when
Nope.
you're following me.
You got a
Do
point.
not ask questions you do not want the answer to.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna back Francis on this one. I'm pretty sure his life is a lot more fulfilling when you're not around. Pretty sure he's just boring just to annoy you.
Did you think?
So,
I
okay,
noticed you
Vinny,
talking
you're
there?
here for this, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. In about 70 years, there'll be a show on television called Parks and Recreation with a character that will go through a cycle of being named Gary, Jerry, Larry, Harry, and then finally back to Jerry. Jerry is belittled, put upon, and made a constant fool of while at work. He's also married to an absolutely beautiful woman, has 3 lovely daughters, and has the happiest home life of anyone in the cast. I like to imagine that's what Francis said. So.
Except Francis is definitely not married.
And the only person who's living at his house currently is Cain. But anyway, we need to take out some maps of the area around Boston, see if we can find a potential secondary logging site that doesn't impact the reservation.
That's
Just
simple
out of
enough.
curiosity, why is Richie like dipping his toes into logging like this? Like, do
Don't
we know
know.
why he's?
I don't know. It might be relevant, so I guess we could ask him, but I kind of don't care. But I mean, I'll still ask him. Why not?
Well, I'm just saying that like the alternative money-making scheme doesn't have to be logging, unless he's really committed to logging now for some reason.
He's already got the gear for it. That's the problem.
He
Fair,
probably wants
fair.
to build a casino or something.
Yeah, I mean the whole thing is through the sizable file the BOI has, like he's involved with a lot of businesses. A lot of them kind of look like they're probably used as like fronts for some stuff, but there are a bunch of industries, logging being one of them, where he literally just runs a completely legitimate logging company. The
Not
company
even for
makes a
laundering.
ton of money. Yeah, like
Not
the
even for money
companies.
laundering.
There's a bunch of these companies that make a shit ton of completely legit money. That he
Yeah, but it
happens
costs a
to
lot more
hide.
effort. I'm not saying it's impossible.
yeah.
I'm just saying that, okay, this is then less important than any of his illegal operations.
Well, the thing is, it sticks out because most people would just opt for the illegal means, but the entire thing gives you that impression of he's looked at it and said, right, if I do it illegally and get caught, this is how much it's going to cost me. Why don't I just run this? Because even if we do something stupid and get fined or whatever, it's smaller than like the entire company getting shut down because we were shifting coke through this business or whatever. Yeah, we might be making millions.
That's
but
true,
that's
and the
not
only
how
people who are going to get hurt. That's true, and the only people who are going to get hurt are the Wampanoag, and the newspapers won't care. So
yeah, so it's
that truth
one
of
of
the
those things
situation.
that sticks out, the amount of like surprisingly legitimately legit businesses.
Yeah, the wounded knee
I'm
is
just trying
Some
to
of them it doesn't
understand
hold.
Salvatore's like motivations because that will make it easier to
Yeah.
negotiate.
Because like when you're looking through stuff in the file, it's clearly what is the easiest path to the money, or not necessarily the easiest, but the one that results in the least like downsides. Because funnily enough, other than a couple tips over smaller businesses, there's very little like public instances of this guy being involved in major stuff happening.
I'll be back.
Like
I gotta use the restroom.
All right. Like, it's actually kind of funny in that there are basically 3 clubs that are the only ones that really stick out because these appear to be just regular clubs that he's had making a bunch of money, seemingly stepped away from, and then those clubs start making a ton more money.
All right, so to all appearances, this is a completely legitimate. He just wants to get into the logging business venture because it is a way to make money.
Pretty much. That's what it appears to be, at least on the surface, yeah.
It might also be that thing of like his name's attached to the logging company, but like the front businesses, his underbosses, their names are attached to that, and his isn't anywhere on it. So all the legitimate businesses have his name, but all the ones that are illegitimate have somebody else's name.
I mean, he's got to claim he's getting his money from somewhere. He's a legitimate businessman, of course. All right, fair enough. I'm not sure how one would do this, and I'm not sure how one would do this in 1927. I'm also not completely sure how one would do this in modern day. But is there any kind of way to, within the limited amount of time we have, do a bit of forensic accounting, try to see if there is some kind of illegal or suspect money going into this?
I mean, there
the thing is, you know
there
there
are
is.
public records that you would be able to get involved with. Those were still around at that time, but they would definitely be.
However, the county clerk's office won't open until many hours. We already we need to have started the meeting by then.
Yeah, I mean the whole thing is you wouldn't
need to break
actually
it.
need that because of the sizable file you have. Like that's one of the things, that there is a bunch of tracing in terms of like money. Some of the businesses are involved with like clearly this is 100% illegal business, which is dealing with a whole ton of dodgy cash.
Mm-hmm.
But again, this is stuff that is clearly known about, but through connections or influence or whatever, a lot of it is basically slipped under the rug. That it's under a do not touch.
Well, I'll be spending in that because we have how many hours until sunrise at the earliest. That's probably what I'll be spending my time doing, looking through all of this, because this isn't all like information that can be instantly summarized.
True. I mean,
Meanwhile, Al, how is your attempts at finding an alternate logging site going?
I don't know. Voices. Tell Nathaniel how well I'm doing.
I'm back.
Actually, just for the sake of it, definitely gonna have you roll sharp. Cause
I.
would it be sharp?
Would you like me to do this instead?
Yep, I delegate to Francis.
Francis, roll sharp.
If need be, I will take the help out action.
That's fine. With help, we'll just assume that you give help.
But I gotta roll still. I still gotta roll.
You do know there are a couple of areas. It's still kind of close to the Wampanoag, but it's not in that direct forest.
All right, so that'll kick it straight up to a full.
Yeah.
full
So there are about 2 places that could possibly be used that are currently still forested areas and are closer to some of the
Yeah, when you're looking at the
roads.
maps, it immediately occurs to you. Well, you're looking at some of the maps, and you start to like wander off on your own essentially until Elle is like, "Hey, look, focus," and that's issue and kind of noticing there's a few areas that would be vastly easier to deal with if it was accessible by road.
Yeah.
You get the impression that they're logging in that area simply because there are already like a number of dirt tracks and such leading there. That honestly, if like between these 2 blocks, like there's a road that comes up and stops at a junction. If there was a road that went half a mile into the wilderness past those buildings, that area would be much better.
Far better.
And it immediately gives you the impression that like maybe they like Ricci hasn't directed the logging to that area. Like whoever's project manager or whatever has looked at it and said, well, this is the easiest one to do, so that's the one that we make most money on.
All right, so the plan is
literally if a small dirt track was made, there's other areas that would be better, is the information that you 100% get.
All right. But now the plan
Quick
is
question, actually, as I'm looking into all of this, this just occurred to me. Who does the land belong to?
It belongs to the Wampanoag tribe,
No, legally.
the government.
Okay, so presumably he had to get like
Permits.
permission or logging rights from the government to log there in the first place.
Yes.
All right, keep that in mind.
yeah, it might also just extend to the entire forest, not just that particular small area.
There. Do we have any like info to say that one way or the other?
Yes,
is a question
that
on
area
voices.
is owned by the government. However, it is being zoned recently by the mayor to be used for development.
Okay. Now the entire area, or just the area that he's actively about to start logging in?
Eventually the entire area, but that area particularly.
Starting. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now,
I mean, it won't take much for him to pressure the mayor and get him to do what he wants. That part I'm not too worried about.
yeah. Also, I wanted to check real quick. The Wampanoag, is this a reservation?
Yes. In fact, they're pushing them further and further away from the area.
Okay, no, I get that. But my question to that then is that we might be able to buy some time by turning this into a state versus federal government issue. Technically, reservations are assigned by and interacted with on a federal level.
Yes, that is true.
So,
And
That's usually
it is possible you could try to do that. Do you have the time to do it?
at a minimum we can threaten to do it, and it might be enough.
Well,
It's definitely an idea, and I mean the whole thing is because this appears to be a legitimate business, that would be a pretty substantial threat on a legal business.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
which could easily be end run by going to another area.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
This is true.
Well, either way, I'm gonna buy some more time.
Please do. And always remember, we have Plan Invisible Tiger as a backup.
We could also, again, give him some of the dregs of the swamp monster as a pot plant. He waters it grows back. And
I'm curious. Did you even tell Cain about the tiger?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. We discussed this. We did discuss this.
All right.
So, Kane's bored. He's gonna head out.
Mm-hmm.
Uh,
Where are you
If-
gonna go?
if there are no guards,
Where's he going and who's he doing?
no, hold on. If there are no guards,
In that order.
Kane's gonna cause a little bit of chaos
Where?
at the logging site.
please don't.
Okay.
I've already
And
asked him not to, and he's chosen to ignore me.
They
For-
won't. How,
The whole
wait,
thing is
how
there
are they to
would-
know it's gonna
there
be Kane?
would be people. There would be people hanging around there.
Well,
There-
then I'm not gonna do it. Simple as that. If there were no people, then I was gonna cause a little bit of chaos.
Knowing
But
who
if
did
there's
it
peop-
not the issue. It's the fact that
Fair.
now we're going into this meeting with him pissed off.
Fair.
This is why this is the whole reason I brought up the you don't think ahead thing, and that's why you lose at chess.
Okay. Now. How... I'm trying to think, what would cause loggers to not start logging, but that can be attributed to a, like, purely natural... Like, if there was a sudden huge rainstorm, for instance.
I would do it.
You
Yeah.
mean like potentially if there was, say, some kind of being, like maybe an invisible tiger, let's say.
No, no, no. I'm
No, sorry,
holding
I
to
can
the
just
agreement
picture-
I made. I'm holding
I
to
could
the
just
agreement I
picture
made.
Nathaniel out there with like chunks of chicken, trying to make a paper trail out to something that he wants the tiger to attack.
You know, we've
I
already
meanwhile, the
established
tiger's
I'm
sitting in a
doing
tree
all of this
watching us, thinking
because
he's
I
crazy.
don't want the tiger to attack the loggers.
That's why they're going through all this.
Like, it would be so much easier to just not interfere and let it resolve itself. Like, let these situations
Oh
resolve
yeah,
themselves.
we
But-
could have easily just been like, we're not taking part in this mystery. Move on to the next one,
Yes.
and then just read in the paper what happened.
Yeah, you could have.
So
I mean-
instead, though, like I am getting involved, and my main reason for getting involved is that I don't want the loggers getting killed by this tiger thing. Because that's
the apple
one,
orchard getting taken down.
that is like the one thing that would be guaranteed to happen. No, I'm just wondering how. Yeah, so a sudden rainstorm could do something like that.
If you want to try to cause something like that, you're looking at the rule set known as Big Magic.
Mm-hmm.
I'm
Yeah,
also
I'm pretty
wondering
sure
if
Big Magic
we know
does show up.
anybody. If we know anybody.
Theoretically, the
On
tribal
a-
shaman.
I'm
It's
gonna
a
point out-
very
When all said and done, it's still going to be us rolling.
Yeah, I wonder if instead of like outright, oh no, it'd still be him. I would still end up with him pissed off. Never mind, that won't work. I was gonna see if there's anything electrical over there and just see if I can summon like a small electrical elemental and just let it cause havoc. Like, no, that's still gonna end up with the guy pissed.
I mean, we've got the grimoire of the cult.
That doesn't really help me, I don't think.
You get backhanded. No,
Francis goes flying into the wall in the backhand.
no, I'm not doing any damage. No,
Aw.
bad Francis.
I mean, it was an idea.
I mean, if I really wanted
worse
to,
than his, and I point at Cain.
well, okay, hold on. The other idea I had, which is even worse, and hey, at least I thought about this one first. Arson.
Okay, you get backhanded. That's literally his plan with the book.
Okay, we summon
what
Belial
hearing-
instead.
I mean, what I'm hearing is
you're
I need to
legit.
go onto Elle's character sheet and add a Kimbo bitch slap as a weapon. People start getting bitch slapped for their stupid ideas, but no.
They're not going to make much progress in a day, and I've already talked to the tribe and the creature to give us some time with knowing that they're going to continue.
Did you make that clear?
Pretty sure I did.
Yeah, you did.
Francis
I
was
just wanna-
translating, so yeah, be clear.
All right, the voices are agreeing with you, so
I just wanted to cause some fuckery. Be honest.
Look, I can't stop you. The door's over there.
If you want to go to the tribe and talk to them, you can do that.
I mean,
actually, that's a good idea.
thing
Could
is
someone
this-
if we could have someone go and float the idea, how willing would they be if they needed to, if it came down to it, to make a deal with Ricci?
that is not a me thing. Trust me.
Yeah, you are the wrong person for this.
He just wants to cause chaos.
You know what? Francis, you speak the language.
Yes.
You're perfect. I only ask that you bring Vinny.
So basically the same crew as last time. Got it.
That wasn't there, so.
Pull Vinny aside. Vinny, asking you to do this because I trust you far more than Francis to do this well.
And you guys are heading towards the reservation again.
I mean, we told them we were going to be active for a while. Now, granted, that didn't exactly mean, hey, we're coming back at 3 in the morning.
Yeah, you guys sort of pull up outside the area and are immediately sort of met with a few people brandishing knives and stuff like, who the fuck are you and why are you here? Then when they see it's you guys, they kind of relax. Oh, it's these people.
So
Oh, it's the guy that speaks our language and his friends.
So where's this cat at?
You're probably not going to see it.
Aw.
It spends most of its time invisible. It only showed itself because I called it out.
Damn, I
Because
actually
we
like cats.
basically asked very nicely.
So when you get into the reservation, you're gonna hit where there's possibly 2 or 3. No, there's four guards per se, hunters that are on the edge. They see you. They were ready to shoot if you were trouble, and then they notice all of you that were here before. Now, who was new in this group?
Cain.
Cain is noticed.
Cain, the guy with the big fuck off sword on his back and the rifle.
As they're kind of, they're
paying a lot more attention
To
to
Cain.
Cain than the others.
You, Francis, will hear them saying, "Who is the new one?"
He is our friend. He is a great warrior, Francis will say.
Then you'll get an elbow. Say his name's Scars, not Thoughts.
His name is Scars, not Thoughts.
What brings you here?
Primarily to talk more to you guys. Let
And
us.
Cain's like, the fuck did he say?
The shaman is taking a vision quest right now. And
Oh, very nice. We shall respect his privacy.
but his son is in charge right now.
Fair enough.
Cain just confused us, like hearing Francis talking, like, what the fuck did he
In a
just...
different language.
He's speaking their language.
They are in the.
Yeah,
He
I
is
knew
in
that,
the longhouse. You will not be able to see the shaman for another 3 days.
Isn't that complicated?
He might show up to a very different situation.
Actually, he's doing something for you. Particularly. He's calling upon a ritual. And it takes a little while. Anyway, Eben is in the longhouse. Go.
We go. And this is the kid that they would have all, or son that they would have all talked to while I was.
Yeah, he was there.
He was there the whole time. Yeah. Eben
Okay.
is actually rather... He's in his middle ages. So...
Oh, good. He's not in his dark ages.
I mean, middle...
No, I got you. It's because he's in middle ages, not he's middle aged.
Yeah.
It's all cool.
Yeah.
We understood. I still make bad jokes because I can't stop myself.
No, well, fine.
Can't stop, won't stop.
Ignis's
Um,
job.
So he's not a
He makes
kid.
bad puns.
He's not a kid.
can't
He's
stop
an
one.
adult. He's been taking care of his father for quite some time.
Yeah.
Any of you ever in character know anything about the Wild Wild West?
It only would have ended like.
Cain probably would.
Desperado.
No. Al would have.
It's going to be a big hiccup in Will Smith's career.
No.
I mean, say what you want, but the fact that there's a giant robot spider down in Texas, like that's just cool.
This is actually important. Does any
No.
of you...
Al would have known about the Civil War, but would have stayed on the East Coast after it.
Okay, would you have known about the Wild Wild West show?
If it came to
Wild Bill Hickok? Yeah.
Yeah.
if it came through at the time, Al didn't go beyond, didn't go that far west.
Would you have ever gone to the show?
Hey, if it was in town, why not?
When you get
Hold on,
into...
who all is there? Because I
Everybody.
was under the impression that it was just Francis, Vinny, and possibly Cain.
Nah, I didn't have anything else to do after getting everything. on the map.
Everybody's
He was like,
there.
I'm just going to. I just assumed you were with us.
Well, Nathaniel is trying to get at least a little bit of sleep before
All right,
negotiating with him.
Fair
Nathaniel
enough.
is not there. Okay, that's fine.
You can sleep in the car if you want.
Nathaniel, do you sleep in the car or do you go home?
No, Nathaniel will sleep at home.
All right.
All right,
He's gonna
you
enjoy.
go home,
He's going
you
to
have-
enjoy a nice slice of apple pie. from
Yep.
Mrs. Thatcher.
Oh yes, quote unquote apple pie.
That's
yeah.
what they call it.
She is a happily widowed woman.
Oh, Vinny, you're back. You missed it. It was so funny.
What?
Well, apparently still turkey.
No, I could have sworn I heard him laughing. All right.
He is
No,
here.
he did say back. He just didn't respond to you for some reason.
Yes, sir, I'm here.
Okay. So basically, the request was for Francis to go and talk to the Wampanoag to find out, would they be amenable to working out some kind of deal with Mr. Ricci, possibly drug smuggling, what have you. If they can be of value to him, that's one potential way to resolve this without a bunch of people dying. And hey, money flows both ways in drug deals. So because Francis speaks their language, he was asked to go, at which point Nathaniel then immediately turned to Vinny and said, and Vinny, I trust you far more than Francis to handle this, so I'm sending you with him. And that's why you're there too.
You trust me far more than
Then Francis to do the
Francis.
job.
So... Okay, because I didn't hear that last part. So I was like, to do this with me, is that what you said?
Yeah, pretty much.
Okay,
then
okay,
Ellen
okay,
ca-
okay.
But then Ellen Kane got bored and they're here too.
Okay, now I'm following. Okay.
In Francis' defense, he's been doing a good job so far.
Yeah. Like Francis is gonna take the lead on this one. Just here for emotional support and to occasionally slap him in the back of the head when he makes incorrect interpretations.
Mm-hmm.
Like I
Yeah,
said,
this
Cain,
is why I'm only interpreting what you guys are saying.
Oh no, you're
Cain was-
taking lead.
Oh.
Cain came just because he was hoping to see Giant Cat.
So what? I'm suddenly lost because I thought I was just being interpreter again while listening.
All
Oh,
right.
no,
well,
you
never mind.
are
I guess I'll.
actively role playing in this role play here.
All right. All right. Well, we're in the longhouse, and the chief's son. Is it Eben or Eben?
Eben.
EBAN or something like that.
Yeah, he's called Red Jacket.
Yeah, she listed the name something.
Because it honestly sounds like you're saying Evan.
Yeah, like with a V, not a B as in boy.
B as in
I'm-
boy. Eben.
All right.
I'm hearing B, as in Ebenezer.
Yes.
Yeah, E-B-E-N.
His English
Eben.
name is Eben or Ebenezer.
Oh, I thought it was Eben as in like black. But anyway. We do apologize for bothering you a third time tonight at an even worse hour.
I'm beginning to think I need to not go to sleep.
No.
He's
think after
talking
this-
in English. And this is when you notice that Red Jacket is somebody you've seen before, you in English. So, Francis, actually, you are interpreting English. It's kind of broken, but it's still there.
I like the idea that it's kind of like that translator sketch in Alternativo. As soon as he started speaking in English, Francis started translating from English to us in Wampanoag.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he's like, hey, what's up, home slice? And he immediately turns around and starts giving you the proper Native American greeting. You're just like, the fuck?
Yes, helpful.
Alright, I've just heard a Scotsman say the words "home slice." I gotta knock it off my bucket list.
I have said that many times.
He said it
actually.
at least 4 times since I've known
Honestly,
him.
I personally have not seen it. I'm sorry. I personally have not heard it. Therefore, I can knock it off my bucket list.
yeah. Honestly, it's something that kind of stuck in my head ever since I played Tony Hawk's Underground, and you go to Russia, and there's this Russian dude who is trying to do like the American hip hop speech, and he comes out with that phrase about, "Hey, what's up, my home slice?" And it's just been stuck in there ever since.
Now we just have to somehow convince Nav to say home skillet and move on.
Nah.
I'm working on a
Ooh,
long-term
skillet.
plan to get him to say purple burglar alarm.
All right.
And I actually did say that while you were in the chat. You just weren't listening.
So those
And
of you
I
who
said
have,
it completely perfectly.
so those of you who have gone to the Wild Wild West show, this guy is familiar.
Francis would have gone to it if it had come through. He
Right,
probably
yeah.
would have, he probably
Okay,
would have
so-
taken the class there for a field trip just out of boredom.
So to cut to the chase on that, Evan was in the real life Wild Wild West show. This guy was literally in that show. Therefore, if your character had been to that show when it turned up in the area,
Mhm.
you would have seen him performing in that show.
Damn it, I'm asleep.
Oh well. And dreaming about apples.
I assumed you would be back.
I didn't
Father
think we'd be
has
back this fast.
Father has gone to a vision quest.
Yeah, one of your guys outside let us know.
So what can I do to help you?
With your elder being indisposed, are you okay?
Yeah, I just sneezed and bit my tongue.
Ouch.
You need,
Or
a
rather, I tried to repress a sneeze and bite my tongue.
you need a minute?
No, I'll
Honestly,
be good. I'll be good.
This is what you get.
I've
This
done
is
that.
what you
It
get
hurts.
this is what you get for listening to people conversing in English and translating into Wampanoag.
Yes.
I mean, it is
My
making
home
it
slice.
quicker for him to understand what you guys are saying, but at the same
I
time,
mean,
he
not
can
against
talk
it.
your language.
I'm not against it. It just means that Francis is getting more practice with the language,
Yeah,
which he probably needs. He probably don't get a chance to speak it that often.
right.
But are you in a position to speak for the tribe, if need be?
I am in charge of the tribe until he returns.
Is that a yes or a no?
That is a yes.
Okay. I do have a very loose plan with how to deal with the situation, but it may require you and the tribe to come to an understanding with the man running the logging operation.
Are you gonna push us out of our home again?
If you're coming to a deal with him, then it should be no. I wouldn't bring a deal to you if that was a concession you'd have to make. Because if that was the point, if that was going to happen, there'd be no point in me doing anything right now.
Right. Very well. We'll listen.
All right. I'm hoping to not have to do that. That is legitimately the last deal I'll be offering him.
Do you need me to wake up the council as well?
Not right now, because I haven't spoken to him yet. I'm not going to speak to him Elf or Pocket Watch for like 3-ish hours.
I see. So this is to me first, then to them.
It was more of a to gauge your if you would be amenable to it. If you weren't, then I wasn't going to bother offering it.
What is your thoughts? What is
Well,
and he doesn't get, because I don't get the word. He does not quite get the word that he's looking for. What is your suggestion? That's the word.
If he's coming to you with a deal, it means that if he's approaching you to make a deal, it means that you're going to have to offer him something that he can work with that is worth him moving the logging. Because I doubt there's a very small chance that I can convince him to stop entirely. I don't even think it's worth trying. If the medicines you use on the injured logger,
Mm-hmm.
how readily available are those?
Mainly just to our tribe.
What I mean is, how much do you have at any given time?
Quite a bit.
Because one avenue would be the man who runs the logging company is a criminal. He's a very powerful one. And one thing that they always need is help when their employees will be nice, get injured. And if you can help deal with them without them having to go to a hospital or another means, he might accept that.
I'm listening.
That's really all I got. Unfortunately, I don't know about a lot you guys have to offer, only because I'm ignorant of your people and what you do out here.
We have much to offer. However, where would he be able to put his logging at?
I will unfurl the map. I found 2 potential sites. Well, I'll just your Francis. He helped a lot on this.
Mhm.
Actually, he did the brunt of the work.
Nah.
What are they?
You just said I found 2. You didn't really explain. I'll point them
Okay,
out.
so one of them is right off of the one of the main roads where you normally come into the reservation. It's that road that it would be right off of. That would be a better spot. However, it is a little bit mushier than some other areas, so there's still that.
Okay, so yeah, the general gist is, yeah, he kind of looks at it and there's a few kind of scoffs of like, yeah. Like, clearly they know all of these woodlands very well, and these are areas that are not particularly of use to the tribe.
Yeah, these two spots
You definitely get the
are
impression
reasonable.
that he's. Yeah, you get the impression that he's like, yeah, these are basically worthless to us, and if they're worth to them, and it leaves us alone, he definitely seems receptive to the idea.
Yeah.
Well, that is what I'm going to try to sell it on.
If you would need me to go with, I could.
It might be a decent idea to have someone like him as a representative for the tribe here. At the meeting, I should say.
It would be best, though, if we go in a neutral territory.
That's the thing. I'm meeting him on his own turf.
Mm.
If you, ideally, I get him to move without him ever having to deal with you.
Well, what about a phone call?
Looks to what phone?
We don't have
I-
phones here.
I could take him back to the archive from there.
Here's my point. If I'm bringing this to Richie in an attempt to get him to move without thinking about the tribe too much.
If you,
Yeah, fair.
those two places are the best. We don't need them as much,
Oh, all right.
but they are softer in the area they're looking into.
Ah, that's his problem. That's his logistics to deal with. Well, slap brothers in the back. Good job. You picked two good ones.
Yay! I mean, huzzah!
They don't sound so enthused about it.
My father will be
Dude,
back.
it's like
in
3 in the
3
morning.
days. My father will be
And?
back in 3 days, and at that point in time, you might be able to talk to Cedric.
Oh, no. The creature will never meet Richie. That will not happen.
The creature's name is Cedric.
Nathaniel rolls over in his sleep.
Falls out the single bed.
Lands on
wait.
top of Mrs. Whatever her name is.
Wait.
No.
The creature's name is Cedric?
Very entertaining. I will not stop making this joke.
You do not know about Cedric?
No,
Yeah.
I do, but I don't. I haven't met them.
It
Didn't know the
was-
curse one's name.
It was an interesting. Let's put it this way.
All I know is Cedric is apparently a giant cat.
Cat-like being.
Yeah, I
Yes.
like cats.
This one doesn't look exactly like a cat.
Mhm.
Look, I'd rather deal with a cat than a dog any day.
What the hell is wrong with you? Stop
Werewolves, man!
No? You don't think were-tigers exist?
Wait, what?
You got a lot
There's
to learn.
several
kid.
Dude,
places.
Francis will literally reach into his pocket, pull out a soft-covered book on cryptids. Read.
No, don't read that. Half that shit's wrong.
Oh,
Yeah, half that
see,
shit's wrong. Was ever read that one?
As soon as you hand the book over,
I've
the
made
book
fun of it.
starts to attack him because you didn't stroke the spine properly.
Cedric
It falls to the ground and scurries under a bed.
Cedric might be able to speak to Cedric when my father returns.
Okay.
Is Cedric guarding the whole forest that you used?
No.
According to them, he's the guardian of the tribe. So
Yes.
if they were extended into those woods at any, for whatever reason, then perhaps. But we'll find out.
Actually, do we even know that Cedric is the guardian of the tribe, or is he just really attached to this piece of forest?
Based on what we were told by the elder, he's the guardian of the tribe. Now, how
Actually,
correct that man
you're
is
not quite
up for
sure.
debate.
That is very debatable, but you know that he's on a vision quest, and you know that there may be a chance that you can talk to Cedric when he returns.
Yeah, I'm going off information I've been given. Now, how correct it is, is up in the air.
Fair enough.
Anyway, these two places are good.
Okay. Yes, in the morning, if you could speak with your council and maybe prepare things you're willing to trade with Richie to make a deal. Yeah.
We can do that in the morning. Unless you want me to go with.
I don't really think it's necessary, and I don't want to put you in any undue danger.
Very well. We have ability for leathers, meats, vegetables, baskets.
Yeah, I was worried about that.
Medicine.
That is probably going to be the thing he'll try to ask of. He's probably going to, if any deal, it'll be to take care of any injuries he has, so he can hide his men here. That does mean you will be in danger if any descendants find out you're doing it.
As if we aren't already. We know. We know what the mayor is trying to do. We're not pleased.
No. That's not a sphere of influence I tend to walk in.
Right. If you can move the logging, that will make it much easier for us and harder for the mayor. Just a warning. He won't get his wish by doing so.
But is his wish specifically for all of you dead?
Or gone.
Then I really don't care what his wish is.
He's made it clear to most people that he doesn't like us.
Not the first. Bigot, racist, whatever term you want to apply to him I've met in my life. Won't be the last. But there won't be much that I can do dealing with that.
We know.
Anyway, guess I have a meeting to prepare for. It may end in a rain of bullets. Hopefully
Let's hope not.
but we'll find out.
May the Great Spirit be with you.
Sure, thanks. You too.
Francis will come into the proper etiquette.
And emotions, he sees it you to go.
Not my faith, not my... There is no. Yeah, it's not my faith. Don't have a... Other than being cordial, don't really have a means of,
They don't care. They just say it.
Alright. Fair enough.
And then he returns to what he was doing and probably will end up getting some shut-eye for a short time before you guys come back again.
I mean, we're not coming back here. We're going to the warehouse. I
Yeah.
don't know when we'll be coming back here or not. But, we'll get everybody back to the archives. Alright, so meet here a little bit before dawn. If you have anything to do, go take care of it. Okay, good talk. I'm gonna go get laid so I can be ready for this.
Ain't man, what you do in your clubs in your free time is your business.
Yeah,
Oh.
I'm gonna go pass out.
And Al is heading toward the dorms. We talk about clubs.
Who you go and sleep with on the grounds is not my business.
You are a teacher, shouldn't it be?
Wait, well, hold on. Wait a fucking minute. Here.
Hey, we were in the church.
And
That is not a
you
big
would have
deal.
more spring rain over here than the fucking church.
I have authority here.
Which is his point, and mine.
Oh, fair. I'm more
Yeah,
afraid
I mean,
of L than I am of
arguably.
you.
I'd say there you go.
L actually does cackle as they leave.
And you were brought out of the reservation for the moment.
Oh, we're already back on the school campus. We hijacked the show for about 10 seconds.
Yeah. Francis goes back to his office, pours himself a drink, and takes like a 2-hour nap.
Yeah, Ella goes and finds one of the co-eds that they hung out with before.
And with that, I'm gonna go.
Elle takes a shower, leaves the co-ed's dorm, probably to a bunch of angry stares from the rooms around.
Yeah, probably.
Mm-hmm.
Goes out to the parking lot to wait for everybody else to show up. Smoking a cigarette.
Now, I have
on
a
a
quick
scale
question.
of
Did
1
you-
to
did
holy
you
shit.
think to tell Nathaniel, hey, we're going to be meeting up at this time before?
Yeah, I mean, it would make sense. Otherwise, it'd be like, I don't feel like looking for him. So, yes. To make sure you're there, yes. You would know to be here.
Okay. Because remember, Nathaniel was sleeping as all that was going. So
Yeah.
Nathaniel shows up looking surprisingly fairly refreshed compared to everybody else.
No, Elle looks pretty refreshed, too.
Oh boy, does he. Maybe a little bit more disheveled than usual, but yeah.
Nah, we got to shower in. I'm not going to show up to a meeting like that.
Okay.
That's
I mean, the most important question is on a scale of 1 to holy shit, how hot was she?
I don't know. I'll leave that to you guys. I mean, you know what? I guess.
So yeah, anyone else doing anything on the morning?
There you go.
before Heading off.
10. Okay.
Cain, I don't know, because like Cain would have either went to see if Kara was up to anything, or if she is even still awake at that point. If not, he was gonna go to bed.
All right, fair enough.
He was either gonna hang out with Kara or go to bed, or both.
Well, she's had a long day selling shit. So you can do whatever, pile in cars, drive off like maniacs. Up to you guys.
That's an interesting question. Now, Elle, you should know that no matter what, I'm bringing my revolver to the meeting.
You can bring whatever weapons you want. We're going to have weapons on us.
I mean,
Question is that you can't I can like put a revolver inside my jacket. It's harder to hide the fact that you're actually carrying a submachine gun.
Sorry, what I meant is there's going to be weapons like pointed at, well, not pointed at us, but the opposition will have weapons is what I meant.
I know, that's my question then. Like,
I don't think he'll care.
all right. I'm asking because I don't want to hear your objections if I then bring my Thompson.
No, honestly, I'd prefer you bring it. Now look at Vinny, hand your shotgun.
And my axe.
You don't have an axe.
Francis goes around back, comes back with an axe.
That's
And
not yours.
And my ass. Wait, what?
This is property of Cambridge on it. Get out of here.
I mean,
Yes.
I don't think they'll let me in with a sword, so.
If they're gonna,
So I'm actually just picturing that yes, all the stuff that Francis has, other than his revolver, everything is marked with property of Cambridge, or property of MIT.
If
He's like,
if
oh yeah,
lost,
it's me.
please.
I work
If
here."
lost, please contact.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
List a random department that he's stolen it from.
Well, Cain, if they let Vinny walk in with a shotgun and Nathaniel walk in with his Thompson, I don't think they're going to care too much about your sword.
Yeah, fair.
And
If
in
there's
fairness, you guys
anything
have seen my cane. It's got a sword in it.
I was like,
Yeah, but
to be
it
fair,
looks like a cane.
they may ask us to just leave all our weapons at the door anyway. But I'd rather we show up showing we're there we mean business.
So long as we're all on the same page.
Yep. All right. And we head off. Oh, Cain, I'm probably gonna have to take my car into Kara. Drove over far too much not road in it.
Fair. I mean, whatever.
I'm not gonna try to sleep with her. Jesus Christ.
Okay,
You
I'm
might
immediately
not.
picturing that Cain is now currently having a staring contest or attempting to start a staring contest.
You know I don't commit adultery. Pat about the shoulder.
I mean, you don't. Yeah, no, you don't.
L's got it.
That's actually where you draw a line.
Yeah, L has made the rule on that abundantly clear.
You also gotta remember, Cain has had, like what, at least before meeting you guys, he's known L at least a year or two longer than you guys have.
Yeah.
And you'd realize that's his line he draws.
Yep. All right. In the car. On your bike.
So,
not really.
yeah, you.
I'll
you
take the
drove
bike.
down there. All right. Yeah, you had the place. It's identical. It's the same idea. You know, like you're pretty sure some of the workers are the same people who haven't left yet. The only difference is there's quite a fancy looking car already parked in there when you arrive. It's not like, you know, proto sports car as L's Merc, but you know, they're probably in the same price range. And so did you guys pile out? Mickey is standing at the door. And how are you guys walking out? Are you guys like hopping out your vehicles, like, you know, shotgun on shoulder, ready? You know what
Yeah.
he's doing?
Well, I was gonna go into the trunk and grab a unopened bottle of wine.
Fair
Close
enough.
the trunk.
Nathaniel will do his best to appear as if he is a bodyguard. So hanging back, wearing a trench coat, probably carrying some kind of submachine gun underneath. Spoilers. But making it look like it's clear that, like, you know, he is here to protect the boss.
Okay.
I mean, there's a half decent chance a couple of these guys recognize Vinny.
Yeah, but they probably won't recognize Cain. Then the fact.
No. And
Then
probably
again, there's also like there's not gonna be like, oh hey, we've got guns. What is this guy with a big ass sword gonna do?
yeah, basically.
You get one person that recognizes Vinny.
Aw, I tried. Anyway.
I mean, you roll the 1d20.
And got a
Okay,
one.
yeah, let's retcon the amount of people working at this place as security guards for Magica's benefit. 18,488 recognized Vinny.
Hold on, you said this was a warehouse, not a small town.
Exactly, that's my point. Like 20 people is the kind of thing, the people milling about.
I choked on my orange slice.
Good.
Fuck
Is that a
you.
euphemism?
You deserve that.
No. I
I'm
wish it
taking
were
as
a euphemism.
I'm taking it as a euphemism for something else.
I wish it were a euphemism. I wish it were a euphemism.
Well,
The only thing I'm thinking of is right now he's got something orange and it tastes like, and it is most definitely not an orange.
Oh, you made it something orange and it tastes like latex.
Exactly, except for it's orange flavored.
It's something orange, but it tastes like a clementine.
You you, hussy.
How
Look,
many inches is
As
it?
long as you ask for her permission, I'm sure Clementine would be fine.
Well, I'll see it. Damn, how many inches is it? If you're
I
choking
mean, it
on it.
depends.
Giggity.
If it's actually from a cloud, it doesn't stop.
Oh, jeez. Alright,
It
guys.
just keeps going.
All right.
Just keep going
Do
more.
you have a remote control? No.
Well, I
But
mean,
I can still change the channel
Oh.
from here.
Come on, Karsa, this is out. All right. We're going from warp speed to Mach 2.
No, we need to go to
My
Plaid.
We've gone from
Okay,
cock
yeah,
1
so-
to cock 2.
Yeah, so yeah, we've got one guy recognizes Vinny. There's a kind of meaningful look. Like it's a guy that like you've spoken to in a bar now and then in regards to like information for Casey.
Yeah, Jimmy
Kinda
2
thing.
times.
Yeah. So
So there's two times.
yeah.
All
No,
right.
it's because he says everything twice.
Yeah, he
So,
says everything
yeah,
two
you,
times.
uh,
two times.
Paper.
Oh,
paper.
that is the reference you were making. Okay, I didn't hear that.
All right,
So
well,
yeah, you guys start heading over there, and immediately Mickey's like, "Guys, you're not walking in here armed."
you don't
Understand.
really.
You're here for a meeting. You're not here for a fight.
And then I look at the 8 other, like, all their armed guys. You expect us to be unarmed when you're not?
They're standing out here.
Well, I leave it up to them whether or not they're willing to give up their weapons.
Kane's gonna shrug.
Francis's weapons are never out and noticeable unless he's being an idiot.
Well, I mean,
I will give a long.
roll me a
suffering
1d2. How are you being an idiot?
No. We're not in the middle of a bar, so we can up to D3.
Oh. You don't
Nathaniel,
have to be nice. Yeah.
Ow!
Nah,
I
you're
laughed
not-
so hard I hit my head on a wall. Thanks.
Oh my god, dude, you need to like not have your house be violently opposed to your existence.
Yeah, I think we're back down to a D2 at that point.
Yeah.
I think he's taking a lot of harm. in this
In real life.
conversation.
Yeah. Yeah, like you need to check your IRL character sheet, see how much harm you're on, my guy. You know, you might
I
be
bought
hitting
30 out of 20.
Damn, son, I might actually get a kill in my life, and it's over through comedy.
Yeah.
Well, at
definitely
least
a
the
fucking
little
effort.
tournament. At least the little tournament, you killed someone laughing.
Yeah, so like is anyone like acquiesce to the request?
Cain will just put his stuff back up on his cycle,
Francis
except
will.
for the one things that are easily hidden.
Yeah, Francis doesn't have his holster on him, but his gun is probably somewhere.
Dude,
Yes, it's inside the hat.
yeah, I'm prepared to believe you have your weapon on you somewhere. It's easily hidden.
Yeah.
And the cane looks like a cane.
Yes.
Unless you're expressly brandishing it as a sword, it looks like a cane.
Dude,
It is.
how much did you pay to have your cane look like Cain?
Like, what?
Yeah, exactly. It's 100% accurate. He also has extra outfits, so whenever Kane changes his jacket, he like whips the jacket off his walking stick.
No, he turns the head of the cane like a half turn, and it switches. It's very impressive.
Oh man, that's funny. So yeah, he like so you're sort of dumping the obvious stuff, yeah.
Yeah, like Kane's gonna be keeping his brass knuckles on him. Like, I mean, they're easily hidden.
Yeah. Yeah, so he gives you a chance to do that stuff, but he's like, right, good, yeah, because I explained the whole thing, and he wants to talk. So Right, yeah, we all good? Okay, let's go. And he immediately then turns around, walks over, sort of kicks the bottom of the door, and it swings open. And you can actually see that, like, the warehouse is currently in operation, but there's a very clear, as soon as he steps in, a whole bunch of people in the middle sort of glance over and then immediately look back to the stuff that we're doing and move out of the way, making a pathway up to like a set of stairs that lead up to an office that it looks like it's frosted glass, and you could just see like the outline of someone standing up there. Like, clearly this is the thing, and he heads off, just kind of like gesturing over his shoulder for you guys to follow him.
Very well, Mr. Palatine.
Yeah, so unless you guys are specifically looking for anything as you're on your way down. Okay, I'm going to take that as a no then. Yeah, so he leads you along and up the stairs, opens the door, steps in, and he's like, come in, and gestures to the guy who's sort of standing there in a actually really expensive looking pinstripe suit. Looks, honestly, you could probably mistake him for being L from the back at a distance, because he's not huge. And basically, other than the hair color, kind of looks sort of similar and out of place in terms of being like shockingly fashionable. And he's just like, Salvatore Ricci, go and have your meeting. I'll be outside.
Very well, thank you,
And
Mr. Palatine.
you just kind of hear a grunt from Ricci as the guys. He basically waits till everyone comes in and then scurries outside. And Ricci then eventually turns round, cigar in hand, just like, all right, so what can I do for you? What do we want to talk about?
Well, I don't know if it's reached your ears or not, but yesterday, your logging operation was suspended. I think is a good way to put it.
I heard.
I'm here to talk about the reason behind it, and here to attempt to convince you to move the operation. Well, we are here.
And why would I do that?
Well, first off, before we get really into this, I will step forward and put the bottle of wine on the table. A gift for simply listening to the meeting, or for taking the time.
He steps forward over, like, picks up the bottle. What sort of quality would this be?
Hey man, I'm not a sommelier.
Well, I mean, would you say this is like really good quality or pretty decent?
High enough that it's not insulting, but not like enough to raise eyebrows.
It's not. It's probably like a good $100-$200 for that time period, but not like $1,000 fucking bottle of wine.
Like I said, enough that it's not insulting, but not enough to raise eyebrows.
Yeah, he just kind of looks at the bottle and like, good year. And places it down, funnily enough, next to a similar bottle that's a lot newer, with some glasses and stuff. Like, he was potentially going to offer some drinks and stuff, depending on how the meeting goes. And then just, like, sits down at the table, pulls out a packet of cigs, like, stubs the cigar that he was having, and lights one up. And gesture around. There are several seats around the office. Like, the kind of thing is, like, looking at the decor around the office, it looks like a standard sort of, this is the office overseeing a warehouse. It's all like filing cabinets and stuff.
Yeah.
Except for the furniture, which is clearly a hell of a lot nicer. Like, it's all leather couches and stuff.
Well,
so he gestured around like, take some seats then.
Well, I'll do that. I think introductions were in order. We've met before, Mr. Ritchie. L. This is my, I guess for lack of a better term, apprentice of Cain, Riveria.
He gives gives a nod.
Gesture over to Francis. This is Professor Francis Lake of MIT.
Francis nods.
I believe you are aware of Mr. Vincent Finch. Gesture over to Vinny.
I never met, but I have heard.
Tips, nods, holding my hat in my hands.
And we get to what's Nathaniel's last name, or did I ever know it?
Brenton.
All right, just over to Nathaniel, and this is a colleague of ours, Nathaniel Brenton.
Pleasure.
I feel like Nathaniel's last name is never really said a lot.
Oh, that's good.
I mean, neither is Cain. But it's like when he types this thing in, it pops up. So I just remember it. Now, as to the business at hand, the site that you are approaching on, or that your logging company's approaching on now, is abutting a tribal reservation. I'm guessing you're aware of this.
Yeah. He gives a nod.
Is there anybody else in the room except for the 6 of us?
There's not in the room directly. There would be like one guy outside of the room, along with Mickey, like sort of general, bouncer kind of bodyguard type. But
Yeah.
like you immediately got the idea, like walking in the room, like anything said in the room stays in the room. Like no one's going to hear anything outside.
Right.
It's an office for a warehouse. It's expected that
Not perfect.
the manager needs to be able to think. He can't be listening to people screaming in the warehouse all day.
Yeah, so it has some level of soundproofing.
Yeah.
We are aware of the rumors that you are initiated into the unknown, the less than natural. And unfortunately, the site that you are logging on has riled up a creature of said less than naturality. Is that even a word? It is now.
Unnatural,
Yeah, Francis
supernatural.
looks at him, it's like,
The official term is abnatural.
Abnormal.
Thank you. Yes, a creature that is abnatural. This is a creature that
Interesting.
could be taken down, but it will more than likely cost you dearly. Enough that I think it would be pertinent for you to move along the site. If you would entertain the idea, we have actually found a couple of other sites that I think could suit your purposes.
As Hell is speaking, just Nathaniel's keeping a very close eye on Richie, like to try and gauge his reactions before he speaks in full.
Yeah, you on watching him, like you can clearly see he's doing that thing where you allow the person to talk and outline their whole thing, not really giving much. There's indication that it could be going a hell of a lot worse. He's definitely there's a couple small moments where there's eyebrow raises on things that are said that he seems interested in this idea. Okay, so this is not particularly profitable because, and then he actually sort of starts saying that. So this area is not going to be that profitable because of a creature.
Yes, and
What kind of creature are we talking here?
it is one that bears a striking resemblance to a large predatory cat, a lion or tiger, but with an extra set of limbs, and about the size of a horse.
Internally, Kane's just giddy because he's cat, size of horse. Oh,
I can ride it into battle.
no, not Kane just wants to see the cat. at this
Well,
point even more.
On paying attention to him, you kind of see that thing where his gaze is sort of wandering and he's like clearly doing some mental gymnastics of what's being said. Out of interest, Cain, are you paying much attention to him? Or are you too giddy over the idea of a big invisible tiger monster?
Cain is actually gonna pay attention. It's just ADHD brain is just partially. Ooh, hey, cat.
Right,
Oh wait, shit! Better pay attention.
What? In terms of that, what is what would be the right stat? Probably sharp. Like,
You know what? I got a +1 in there.
you throw me a sharp.
I got a 1. It's gonna fail.
You
It's
could
gonna
burn a
fail.
luck.
Oh shit! It didn't fail.
Oh, you get a success. All right, that's perfect. Yeah. While while Elle is explaining about the cat, while that's being explained, you notice he kind of reaches down to where the shirt is open up and pulls out a little chain that got what to basically everyone appears like a wolf fang on it. However, one person knows that that's not a wolf fang, and it's going to be up to them to inform the rest of the group in any way if they wish to.
Kane's eyes are gonna ever so narrow, just ever so slightly after seeing it.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, he just sort of sits and plays with this thing as he's listening. And then, okay, so what? You want me to send some guys out to kill it, or?
No, I would actually prefer we move the site. I think coming into confrontation is going to be bad for both sides. It's just going to lead to a lot of bodies that I don't want to see, and I don't think you want to deal with.
Yeah, you all clearly see there's that kind of very slow understanding nod of like kind of blatant agreement.
And yeah, if you would, I would like hold up a tube that had the map in it. Brought a map with to show the other two sites.
Okay. He tucks the necklace back and like shifts a couple of things across the desk. Well, show me what you've got.
Alright, I'll unroll it, set a bunch of stuff on the corners to hold it down. But there are two sites here. This one, and it's the other one that was along the main road, is easier to access, but it'll be harder for your men to work. It's a little marshier. Up here?
If it keeps people in work,
Yeah, and then this one over here is harder to get at, but I think it's much closer to what you were already working with.
Yeah, he kind of leans over the table, Paul, and as you're indicating space, he's like, I mean, honestly, that's what he taps one of the spots. He's like, why the hell aren't we working that anyway?
I don't know. I don't have the information given to you.
So yeah, he kind of just waves a hand. It's one of the logistics guys. See, I don't actually take that much. It's, project managers.
Yeah.
They would then say this area, it's like, fine, I'll foot the bill, whatever.
I very much understand that. And honestly, this may be something for you to look into. You know how vocal the mayor has been about not liking this particular tribe or the reservation or whatever his problem with them is.
Yeah.
You might want to look in your logistics guy to see if he was paid off by the mayor specifically to go to this area. See, now we're passing the blame, guys.
Yeah. Yeah, he leans back in the chair, kind of doing the mustache or like the goatee chin rub thing, like. He's clearly liking he's picking up what you're putting down there.
Rethinking his.
Yeah, you can kind of see the
interaction
jump through.
this.
Yeah, you can kind of see the jump through of this area would make us more money than that area. That area being a problem with this tribe, that's a problem that costs money.
Yes.
And then he's eventually just like, yeah, this is it's entirely too much money to deal with that crap. And I'll be honest, I don't really care to move tribes about the place.
Well, that's good to hear.
Yeah, Francis actually does crack a smile at this.
I mean, honestly, I'm actually more interested in some of the weirder sides of their culture.
Well, by doing this, you
If we
could.
run them out, we can't ask them.
Well, yes. And the other side of this is, once this issue was raised, you respecting their lands and culture and moving away, well, respecting as much of their land that they have left. Unfortunate as it is, they give you an inroads to open up communications with them. I'm saying what he's already thinking.
Yeah, he's kind of nodding along with that. Like, yeah.
He
Yeah,
said the
if
mental
you
part
look
out loud.
at Nathaniel, he ain't smiling right now. Like, but he's also not objecting or saying anything.
Oh, that's
But-
right. You weren't at the one with the tray.
No. Like, and I'm assuming you guys filled Nathaniel in on that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's more that that was supposed to be the plan B. I don't want this guy to actually get access to mystical mumbo jumbo, because I do in fact want to one day lead the raid that arrests or shoots him.
Well, that just means you have to have more mystical mumbo jumbo than he does.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
You-
and
you've
that's
gotta
hard.
have a bigger
That's
mystical
ridiculous.
mumbo.
I mean,
you gotta do a mystical mumbo jumbo off and see who's got a bigger one.
to be fair, he before I said anything said he was already interested in it. He was already thinking of talking to these people.
I mean, we can hash this out afterwards because
Yeah, fair
none
enough,
of this
fair
was
enough.
said out loud while he's there.
Yeah,
Like,
fair enough. That's fair.
Yeah.
Well, Mr. Ricci, that's pretty much the entire proposal.
This is definitely a sound proposal. Alright, take care, buddy.
I am curious. Though, before we leave, where by chance did you get that wolf's tooth at? It's actually quite nice.
He just kind of glances over. He actually makes a point of having the dramatic pause there before simply saying, "Wouldn't you like to know?"
I was just curious, that's all. Like I said, it's a nice tooth. Like, Kane's actually kind of like being, like, playing off like being genuine and all that. It's like, it's actually a really nice tooth.
Yeah, he kind of gives you that look like, I don't 100% believe you played stupid, kind of thing. And he kind of
interrupts. Hey, I'm not playing anything.
Looking at it. Yeah, he pulls the chain out, has a look at it for a moment, puts it back, and then mentions, I forget the name of the place, I did have it on a list, but it's one of the suppliers that Kara knows. Like, you've helped her with some stuff over the past,
yeah.
There's been one of those like, hey Cain, hop in the truck, we gotta go pick up supplies, and you've gone out to this location that's a town like a few miles outside.
Yeah.
It's like local hunters kind of stuff, but like the local hunters is like, it's hunter with a capital H. They are not just like in the deer trade.
Their last name happens to be Winchester.
No.
Maybe. You know, it's
Carry on.
he kind of he gives you like I got it from so and so. Although the fun thing is, you've never heard of these guys actually going after stuff like that. So it sounds a little bit weird him saying that.
Cain knows like the guy's bullshitting. That's the thing. Like Cain obviously knows the guy's bullshitting. It's funny to know, it's funny enough that he doesn't know if Cain's bullshitting or not. Because Cain's actually playing it off as like it's actually a really cool tooth. And to Cain, it actually is. It's a cool tooth.
Yeah, he's just like, not sure of bullshit, but consider it.
He gives you the fry squint.
Yeah, pretty much.
Larry David.
So yeah, after that little aside, he looks back to the map and he's just like, tell you what, can I keep this?
Sure. I believe we have a copy of it, or we can recreate it pretty easily.
Yeah, there's an entire stack of maps back there.
Oh wait, also we have the field trap on its plate. You can just be like, hey, memory, go.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. You can easily make another copy of this map should you ever need it. So yeah, he then's like, oh, you know what? It's only proper, and then like actually gets the bottle over and pours out a couple of drinks, and he hands you the glass and says, "No bad feelings over the sea."
Oh, none at all. Oh, there may be one of your soldiers coming to complain about it.
He'll just get told to shut up like the rest.
That's what
we
I told
make
him.
far too much money afterwards.
Exactly.
Yeah, because like
pass out
funny
glasses
thing
to
is,
everybody else.
Yeah, after the stuff what happened, like Elle's
actually, you know what,
fully
Francis will
aware
go-
that everyone actually makes a lot more money after Ricci stopped being directly involved because he basically pulled out the mafia involvement in that club.
Yep.
Because it made more money.
Well, at that point, Francis will go into his jacket, pull out a small bottle. Single malt, anyone?
We
He
have
just
wine.
puts it on the table.
Yeah, Ricci just straight up looks at you like, it's clearly a wine group.
No,
Whiskey
fair enough.
and wine are not the same thing.
They are not.
I mean, also, you may wish to put the galaxy brain together and notice that this guy is 100%, he is Italian.
No, fair enough.
Well,
What's away the single malt?
El will pat you on the shoulder. You drink whiskey to relax, wine to celebrate.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, I've
There's,
apparently been doing
yeah,
this wrong my entire life. Got it.
Yeah.
We'll pass out glasses. So basically, anybody will take it. Yeah, if you don't take it, well, El's not gonna be offended. I don't know.
Francis will definitely take it.
Yeah, Cain won't.
All right.
Nathaniel will take it.
Cain's
This
not much
is-
for wine.
This is El's wine, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
And Vinny has Schrodinger's wine glass. At any given point, it looks empty. You don't know whether it was handed to him empty or if he drank it.
Yeah.
Oh, as you do.
All right. I appreciate the understanding, Mr. Ritchie. We appreciate the understanding. Gotta get used to working in a group again.
Yeah, as I said before, it's money at the end of the day.
I was hoping that that's what it would be.
Yes, some money does make the world go round.
As long as the people above me get paid, I get free reign to do what I do. And this just makes it easier.
El will, like, tilt their head slightly at people above him. I'm like, huh. There's a thought crossing their own head to themselves when they're, like, clinking the glasses together.
Yeah, he kind of looks at you and like, oh, did you think I was actually the head? No, not quite. No, they're back in the old country.
Oh, well, they're too far away to be too big of an issue right now then anyway.
That's the whole point. As long as the money continues and they're happy.
Anything else they know can't hurt you. I mean,
Yeah,
they
that's
don't
the
know can't
exact
hurt you.
thing. Yeah, that's like exactly the idea of what Waystone gives you. As long as the people who are like quote unquote in power get their money and believe that they are still in power, they don't send a bunch of people with, you know, annoying questions that he then has to murder and put in concrete. As long as they are happy, they leave him alone, and he's fine with that.
Little do we know, we're going to completely change the events of history. World War II will never start where it did. It's going to start in Sicily over mob vendettas.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean, like that's like legit one of those things that happened with a lot of the families. Like people came over, started up stuff. People in, you know, the initial countries, like they believe they still maintained control because they got paid a chunk of money every month or year or whatever.
They got their tithes, but then once they tried to actually exert power, they realized their army was much smaller.
Yeah.
Yep.
Exactly. Yeah, because it's one of those things. Like, yes, he's not like he's not the actual, you know, he's not the Godfather, but that's the power he wields here because the actual Godfather has none.
Yeah, I mean,
Just
for all intents and
doesn't
purposes,
realize it.
The actual Godfather is on another continent.
Yeah.
for all intents and purposes, he is the head within the city, and that's
Yeah.
what all that Al cares about.
Yeah, and it's definitely one of those things that like you get the impression that he deliberately maintains that status quo because it gives him a certain level of freedom.
Oh,
Yeah,
definitely.
it's kind of one of those things like how if you are the CEO, you have a bunch of people that you have to maintain stuff with. If you're a couple stages down, you don't have to deal with that bullshit and can just do whatever it is that you do.
Yeah, pretty much.
He's very happy in that because it allows him to maintain a vast personal wealth. So yeah, he'll kind of roll up the map a little bit, stick it back in the tube, sit down and decide. Well, I'll have a few calls to make.
Very well.
Yeah.
We shall excuse ourselves. Unless anyone else has anything they need to bring up.
Not really.
Alright, didn't think so.
Yeah, good.
Well then, you have yourself, hopefully a not too inconvenient day, Mr. G.
And the same to you.
I have to go. I'll make a call of my own.
He just kind of nods and does like that gesture. Yeah, sure.
Alright. Oh, good excuse. But then, I don't know, the procedure, knock on the door or just leave, I don't know. Whatever one
Yeah.
it would be.
Well, as soon as you do that, you also notice Mr. Ritchie all of a sudden making a phone call. And it
Yeah, like
sounds like
as soon as you guys start heading out, yeah, he's picking up the phone, looking out the phone book. All right, who's this asshole I'm gonna phone and shout at now because he's wasting my money?
Who am I shooting next?
pretty much.
Shouting,
Once,
shooting. You know, they're both very loud words.
Once they're out of the warehouse and out of earshot,
That was a werewolf tooth, wasn't it?
yeah,
Oh, you
It's a
didn't
wolf.
look, so you don't know.
He
Yeah,
heard him
you-
ask about the necklace.
Yeah.
it was Lycan.
And you definitely be liking that necklace.
You're
and the
beating my
guys-
hair. I was gonna do the whole licking my balls thing.
Oh, and the
no,
guys
please.
that he supposedly got it from. Yeah, no, they don't hunt werewolves.
Yeah, I don't care where you got it.
does
Just
sort
means a
of
little bit
mean
of
he's-
research for me, a little bit to get one too.
I mean, it also means
I'm
he could be
curious
a
as
monster
to-
to
okay.
himself.
Let me rephrase this. Cain, is
Hmm.
this a concern for you?
It's going to bother me slightly.
In what
Because
way?
either this guy stole
just
a
is.
werewolf too.
No, I doubt he stole. Really doubt he stole it.
People trade in odd occult accoutrements all the time.
They do.
Could have simply
True.
gone there.
Actually, hold on, that's a fair
Possible.
point. Cain, is there a quick and convenient way to check if somebody is a werewolf?
Typically silver. Doesn't matter if they're in human form or wolf form, silver hurts them like hell.
Okay, so we
keep an
roll
eye on
an
Mr.
initiative
Ricci.
as Nathaniel kicks the door in and shoots Ricci with a silver bullet.
You don't even have to shoot him, just trick him into handing him silver.
That would be
Yeah, but-
hilarious. I'd shoot him with a silver bullet. See, he died? That means he clearly was a werewolf.
Ah, yes.
God,
I have stakes.
which
I've driven a wooden stake through this man's heart, and he died. Therefore, it must be vampire.
You know what else dies when you stick? Hey, you know what else dies when you stick a wooden stake through its heart? Literally
Frog?
everything.
Ah, yes. But
Yeah, but it's a weakness to vampires, so that was proof.
but
And then, of course, when you check the teeth fall out. So yeah, you guys are heading out to the cars, having this little conflab, and he's
Okay.
doing anything otherwise?
do you really think he's walking around with a necklace of his own tooth?
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, when the glasses were passed around and everything, like he smiled to the group, you saw he has his full set of teeth. He is not missing a tooth.
I mean, even assuming regenerative capabilities. The other thing is, if he really is a werewolf, he'd really be openly running around carrying a trophy of a conquest.
It wouldn't be a trophy of a conquest. It would just be his own tooth.
No, if he was a werewolf and killed another one.
I make that assumption.
I am going through a bunch of different things.
All right.
I'd say it's possible to do, but
I think the more likely scenario is he bought it, or
that's what I'm leaning to. But
a much longer convoluted story that is just all speculation.
yeah, it's hunch right now. Yeah, I'll look into it a little bit, but no, I'm not gonna pour like hours into it.
I really don't think you should worry about it, but you know, you do you.
Eh,
I guess,
fair.
you know what? I guess it's better you look into that than playing more chess games with Hayden.
Yeah,
Better for the floor, anyway.
Yeah, you immediately take 1d10 psychic damage as the vocals bounce around in your head of checkmate and a large piece getting put down on a chessboard.
Ah, I wish I could find that gif of the dude who's just like goes through 30 seconds of I discovered check, and the dude makes a completely well, not absurd, but a move he wasn't expecting. He's like, what? Dude's an idiot. Guy moves again and checkmate. He's just like, ah.
it's gonna be that one time Kane's playing against Hayden, and Kane just somehow actually beats Hayden. Hayden thinking he's won. Kane makes the dumb move. Wait,
Are almost done for the night, and Cain is not going to be here next week. Cain, you get back home, and you see Kara,
Immediately killed by a werewolf.
and Kara asks you to go on a trip with
Kara
her.
walks up, but shockingly, it's 3 werewolves in a trench coat.
oh no.
Bro, when did you get 18 feet tall?
But no, Kara is going to ask you to go on a trip with her. And she says, bring your weapons.
Ooh, hunting trip.
We're gonna make some werewolves.
God
Damn it,
damn,
that's
that
good.
was actually not that
is
bad.
good. I'm
That
writing
one was
it
good.
down.
I can't even be mad about that one.
Oh, why can't I make them wolves?
You ruined it.
Well, I mean
You're
that's your part. That's your part. You're gonna go make them wares, but you're more interested in why. Why where?
Well, no.
Well, you know what?
If
Why
you're gonna make
where
it
where?
werewolves,
Always asks
The
werewolf.
question
Why
is,
wolf? They
do
never
you?
ask
Okay,
how.
guys, I'm trying
on.
to. I'm trying to finish
yet,
up,
better yet.
please. Okay.
To summarize the answer I'm going to give you, it's a very simple answer. In the heart of me playing Monster Hunter as much as I have been, I'm gonna make them into fucking pants.
not regular pants, fucking pants.
Yeah, chaps.
Yeah.
So do you go with Kara or not?
Yes.
Okay.
Whenever we're hunting, I'm going to turn them into pants.
So Kara and you are going on a hunting trip for a while. I'll see if Velma could at least watch the shop while we're gone. But we need to go. Is there anything you need to take care of here?
I'm good.
You want to tell your buddies?
Gonna say just gonna leave in the middle of the night.
Middle of the night, it's like 9 in the morning. What are you talking about?
Oh fuck yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Mm. You know, I'll at least leave Elle a note.
You're gonna leave Elle a note.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's going to head to the archive, give it to Jack to give it to Elle because he knows Elle is going to somehow
perfect.
show up at the bar. And,
Yeah.
and the note is simply going to say, "Gone
What-
hunting."
No, see,
Cain.
what's gonna happen, right? What's gonna happen is Elle's gonna walk in, be wondering where the fuck Cain is, and Jack's gonna flag him over and be like, "Yeah, so he left us a note." He's not gonna show the note to Elle unless they take it off him, but he's gonna read it and just be like, "Gone hunting, making some fucking pan. Why wolves?" That's all it says. I have no idea what the fuck he's on about.
Yeah, I don't either.
I love it. Let's do it.
Oh, and then at the bottom of it, there's also a little bit that's got like Kara also going with a couple of hearts.
Well,
And that's all
That was
written in
all in
bubble-
Kara's handwriting.
That's written in bubble letters, so I'm assuming that is Kara rather
Yeah.
than Cain.
damn it, who's gonna take care of my car? Fuck. Oh well.
You just hire a student to do it.
Oh God.
I want somebody to do it right.
The best possible response to that question.
You know what? Fair enough.
And the whole reason Cain leaves a note is because he had an entire talk with Nathaniel, and Nathaniel telling him about a father who teaches his kids lessons by having a dude lose an arm every time. But it's the same guy who loses the same arm somehow.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I'm sorry, I'm not making the connection.
Arrested Development.
Oh my god, yes.
I've never watched that show.
Neither have I.
Neither have I.
It's the same with Parks and Rec.
So,
I've never seen Parks and Rec.
all right. So for right now, you all have finished talking to Salvador Ricci.
Yeah, now we see if he's just blowing us off and actually does what he says.
Well, that's
Yeah, Cliff Note says when the group heads out and goes off on their mystical adventure on whether or not Ricci's a werewolf or not. Yeah, the entire phone call goes through, and funnily enough, exactly to Elle's suspicion, it is all about the money. And Ricci is very pissed at why the fuck are we doing a bunch of stuff here when clearly this other area is better. As starts going off on, I don't care about the fucking cost of putting in a dirt road. Do you know how much money we could be making there? And how much not having to deal with a bunch of stupid shit. And then I've got a bunch of dudes coming around my office. Why? Because you fucked me over.
Nope, he's dead.
clearly that guy's getting an entire earful from
But
effectively.
sir, it
probably one of
will
the-
keep the police officers off of you. After
Right,
all.
see, here's the other thing. You sound way too fucking innocent to be the paid off logistics guy.
Yeah, I do.
But sir, clearly we would need to do this.
Oh god,
Yeah,
that's even
it's
worse.
it's gotta be one of those people who, like, obviously has a name like Smithers, you know, that
Yes,
snivels
yes.
a lot.
Sir, this will keep the police officers off of you.
But sir, it'll keep the police officers off of you if you appease the mayor.
Dude, you can't just do it in your normal voice.
Do I not have a Smithers sounding voice?
Nah.
No.
Damn. I need to start watching The Simpsons again then. Anyway, if we're
Lenny.
calling
Yeah, please don't tell people how I live.
Anyway. So yeah, the next day, how would Salvador get rid of this guy or give him a real talking to?
I don't know. I mean, they're you know what?
flip a coin.
Let's do a thing here. Yeah.
This guy's dead.
Oh yeah, there's an extra body in the river the next day.
The next day, there is a body in the river.
Catches it in a newspaper. Huh.
Guess he kept his word.
What?
Oh no, Eldo's making those assumptions about who did it, who died. It's like, huh. That keeps reading.
Yeah,
Yep.
like you know, logistics lead for such and such company mysteriously disappears.
Found
Like,
dead.
it's like it's a footnote on like page 6.
Yeah, they don't put it on the top page, but it is in there. And we will leave it at that, because it will be the next morning when you guys actually do whatever you need to do to continue or conclude this mystery. The mystery
I mean,
of the Wampus.
it's Salvatore Ricci keeps his word. Our involvement's basically done.
Yeah?
Yep.
We just
So
go
we
in
get to debrief again. Woo!
We
Yeah.
just go and talk to the tribe and move on from there. Let them know.
Yeah. So next week will be probably the end of the mystery. Rather quick mystery. But did you like it?
Yes.
Different?
Hey, I like the Native American shit,
Yeah.
but I'm also biased.
Yeah.
I'm the only one that took damage through my own cause.
What did you do?
I healed that guy.
Heal the guy.
He healed the guy.
No,
He didn't
yeah,
kill him,
heal
he healed
the
him.
guy via taking.
Oh, you
those-
take damage for lay on hands?
If it's a big success.
And it was mixed success, unfortunately.
Didn't want to burn a luck?
No, I was only burning a luck on a fail.
Fair enough.
So,
That would have killed him.
thank you all for being here. Appreciate it. Have a wonderful day.
Can't
This
make
is Karsa, KarsaKKWx. Karsa's my name. And KKWX is my empire here with my friends. Nexus Roundtable as we played Waystone Mysteries. Goodbye!
No, damn it, you didn't drink!
Thank you.